After 80 hours, I'm sitting there going, is this game good?
Hey, welcome to episode 210 of Front Seat Gamer. I'm Nick. I'm here with Blake.
Hello, Nick.
And Paul.
Hello.
Hi, guys. Been a good 2 weeks since our last episode.
Yep.
Exactly 2
Packed.
weeks.
Solid pack 2 weeks. I
Yep.
think. Lot of
Yeah.
stuff happened.
Felt longer. That's that's how you know you've had a good 2 weeks. We usually kick it off with some questions. We'll do that again today. This is from Salmaris. Blake, have you ever played War Tales? If not, I think you might be interested. Somewhat similar to Bannerlords, but with turn-based combat. It has troop management, economics, different professions, and story quests.
Yeah, I have played it. I don't remember if I ever talked about it on the podcast. I'm surprised I didn't because I played it quite a lot.
Okay.
Maybe last year or the year before.
Uh-huh. Is that the one that has like 14 different expansions? Is this like a Crusader Kings kind of?
No. There's got
Okay.
a bunch of expansions. It's got I think there's a C expansion as well. I bought a bunch of them. There weren't that many expansions. One of them was a inn management
That appeals to me.
where you are managing an inn.
That-
But the thing
I
is,
always like an inn.
what it boils down to, though, this is the thing. It's like what it really boiled down to was you have an inn and a floor plan, and you have limited space on the floor plan, and you have objects you can put down that give stats to the pub.
Okay.
Basically,
Oh,
like you put down certain things, and then you get more customers. Put down other things, the customers will spend more. And really, what you're doing is just Tetrising these things
Yep.
into the floor, and then
Yep.
and then that's kind of it. And then you can go off with your crew, and then every once in a while you come back to this town and you just cash out a bunch of money.
Yeah, that sounds boring.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It wasn't as it, and it also did a thing where I'd played before that DLC, and
Mhm.
money was, it was like a difficult thing to get money. So you were really like, what do I do? Do I go out hunting bandits and taking prisoners and then selling those prisoners to like the jail, or am I crafting weapons? Am I basically always just fighting bandits and selling their gear and that sort of thing, like in
Yeah.
Bannerlords?
Yeah.
You do a lot of that
Yep,
stuff.
yep.
With that introduction of the inn, you just have this constant income, and so like money
Okay.
becomes like no longer a problem
Sure,
at a
sure,
certain
sure.
point. And I was like, it was quite quick that money became not a problem.
To be fair, war bands Bannerlords had like I mean, the Warband series has a similar thing where it's like money is scarce until it
Yeah.
isn't.
Yeah, it is.
Although,
I guess it is. Yeah.
They do have a thing where like as your army gets bigger and better, the pressure, financial pressure, and food pressure always grows.
Yeah.
And that can make it so that even though you might have a lot of money, you might not have supply.
Well, this is a similar thing because you do have a wage that you have to pay people. I can't remember about food supply. There was definitely a wage. Yeah, I can't remember if there was a food supply. Maybe there was. But I played it quite a lot, and my band was like getting quite big. I mean, not not Bannerlord size. This was like squad size. So I'd have like 10 people is quite a lot.
Sure.
So I got to maybe like 10 people or something like that. But I ended up not the thing that made me sort of not continue playing was that I realized that enemy troops scale in size with your troop. And like
dang,
that seems, yeah, I know, right? So you add another guy so you can like survive better, but the enemy troops just adds another guy.
Yeah.
Or like in the case of animals, it's like they
now, are you sure that
add
that's
two other guys or something like that?
Right.
No, that is a thing because I've looked it up online.
Does that mean if you lose a guy,
that goes down?
That's
so it's always the same.
Terrible. Because that just what your optimal strategy then is to keep your group
like one dude.
Well, just
band of one.
The highest powerful cluster.
I don't. I know. I don't know if I don't know what the range of like they will outnumber you.
Yeah.
But I don't know within like what range of the amount of people you've got is.
But it doesn't matter. It becomes a quantity over quality.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, a quality over quantity thing. Like
and the thing that got me was it because of that it made fights take forever. because it's all
'Cause you-
it's all turn based.
Right, because you were growing.
Because
your
I
squad,
had
right.
10 guys, right? And then if I go against some bandits who then have 10 guys,
Yep.
it's like a 20-person like thing, and it would just take
man.
ages. And I'm like, man, I was just like, man, these fights are taking ages now. These is this just like a normal thing? And then I kind of realized this was happening when I started encountering like wildlife that then just had like 25 pigs. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? This is weird.
Yeah.
Like, why is this happening? And then I looked it up and I was like, yeah, it does
That seems-
scale higher
That's a
with
terrible
your
system.
thing.
I really hate those
And
systems.
it just drags out fights so much that I ended up I would just avoid fights, not out of fear of losing anything, but out of fear of losing time.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the fight.
I think this is a pretty common thing. I remember when Oblivion and Skyrim
Yeah.
both had like things that scales to your level or your and I don't always hate the system because I think there are ways to do it that are fine. Like yes, the player loses a little bit of that power fantasy. But what you've described just feels kind of clumsy.
Yeah.
And unnecessary and punishing and like
Yeah.
and gameable. That's the kind of the biggest sin is that actually it creates an optimal strategy, which is probably not the intended experience.
And like there are different. So this is a pretty big world map, and there are different regions that you can go into, and it's very much set out where this region the enemies are stronger than the the starting region. So they have. It's like they're having
there
it
is
both
difficulty.
ways.
Yeah. That seems silly.
So
well, there you go.
I wouldn't mind if I rolled in. I should be able to roll in with like 15 mid guys.
Yeah, and fight three
and
bad,
fight like 3 really tough guys.
Yeah.
You know, that it has a different, I don't know, it's just like a different vibe.
And you can have perks that benefit you one way or the other, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Fuwa-san says, I used to be a microwave pizza girly until Blake convinced me to try it cold, and now I prefer that. Oh man, sorry to hear that.
I was
You
thinking
changed your ways, right? Didn't you say on the?
I've changed my ways back now. I'm back to cold pizza.
When was the last time you had hot pizza?
Actually, just the other day.
Okay, and it was.
Oh, no. You mean hot leftover pizza?
Sure.
Ages. I can't even remember. A year ago, probably.
Okay, so let's say you get a fresh pizza. Is that better than a cold pizza?
That is better than a cold pizza.
Okay, so if you could reheat a pizza to get it pretty much up to or very close to the state it is in when it's fresh.
I mean, that's an impossibility.
Have you ever used an oven to reheat?
Yeah, it's not the same, man.
It's not the same, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, but sometimes you know what sometimes
It's literally how they
the
cook
cold
pizza. They cook pizza in an oven.
Yep.
Are they not microwaving them?
No, you got to go to a different pizza place, man.
But when you see them at the supermarket, they say microwave. How are they doing it without it?
Oven. Of the oven.
The oven instructions.
Yeah, a microwave oven.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have a microwave
toaster oven.
Yeah.
Ein Hassad says Blake is dirty for playing both sides of the cold or hot pizza argument. Yeah, he's a coward. I'll throw that out there.
I'm 100% going back to cold pizza.
Okay.
I stand by my roots.
He's no longer a coward, but he is a fool.
Yep.
Paul, have we talked about what's your preference?
We talked about it last one, I think.
Reheat
and I hate reheat, but I do the microwave and then frying pan.
Oh yes, we did talk about that.
That's an interesting.
Yeah, I've never heard that combo before. Oven is so easy.
The microwave alone, mostly the microwave alone is the thing that put me off reheating pizza.
Well, the thing that sucks about it is it gets soggy underneath.
Yeah.
You just chuck it in a frying pan,
Good
toast
idea.
the bottom, and then your pizza's
Or just put it in the oven. Just do it the way they cook the pizza in the first place. What are you doing?
It gets too dry.
Wrong. If it's getting too dry, you're doing it wrong.
It doesn't come back the same. You can't bring it back to life.
Okay, you're both very wrong.
I get that very thin crust pizza, so it's like
okay.
They're the
there's
best.
not much there to.
They're not the best. They're
Thin
good.
crust pizzas are definitely the best.
They are good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but have you had like a sourdough pizza?
From the supermarket.
Okay. There's a place in Auckland called Fratz's Pizza.
Yeah.
And they do a sourdough crust and it's fantastic.
All right.
They put too much cornmeal on the bottom.
The Fratzes?
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
not
remember that being an
cornmeal,
issue.
it's-
But I know what you're talking about. The like corn.
The
Yeah.
gritty flour.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
semolina, I think.
Yeah, it is similar to flour.
Slippery Jim says, I tried sci-fi and pretty much soft-locked myself immediately. Well, immediately in sci-fi terms being like after a week of playing, which is nothing in the grand scheme. As ironic as it is for me to be the one saying this, as soon as I see the never-ending treadmill stretch out before me in a game, I kind of lose interest. I like shorter ones like Machine Egg or medium length like Idle Squares, though I guess they're more PC idle games than phone ones. Cold pizza is better, though I only really eat meat lovers, so I guess if I was eating vegetable pizza, I'd want it hot. What is wrong with you people?
Well, not with Paul.
Oh yeah. Well,
You looked at
I don't know.
Paul when you
That's-
said that.
To be fair, there is something a little psychotic about microwaving and then putting it in the frying pan when you could just do one step in the oven.
Microwave
like-
faster.
2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
But you have to heat up the pan.
You got to. Oh, you
Yeah, but
don't
it
have
heats
to
up
preheat
faster
an
than
oven.
the oven.
Yeah, you don't have to preheat an oven for 45 minutes.
No. What?
Yeah, you
No.
do.
No.
Yeah, that's why air fryers are so good now because they're
you don't-
instant.
In what world do you have to preheat an oven for 45 minutes to put pizza in for 10 minutes?
Well, okay,
you
I
just
don't-
put the pizza in for 10 minutes and it warms up to the thing that you want it to be at.
Okay, yeah, okay. So it preheats for 10 minutes, and then you spend another 10 minutes.
No,
like-
you just put it in at the start, and by the time the 10 minutes is over,
What's-
your pizza is up to the temperature you want to eat it. Because you're not trying to cook it, you're trying to reheat it. Oh my God. So anyway,
I
video
think-
games, huh?
Have we broken
Yeah,
it?
I think so. I'm surprised. I'm shocked that this is the thing, and not. We tried with Dark
There is
Souls.
only
but-
one correct way to eat leftover pizza,
Yeah.
and he will die on this hill.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like. And like, I love eating cold pizza while playing the best game in the world, Dark Souls.
So it turns out this is my last episode.
Some microwave yogurt.
I will say, what?
It was Camille.
That was Camille.
He doesn't like fridge temperature yogurt.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Did he? I can't remember. Did he? He microwaved it to room temperature,
Yeah,
right? It wasn't
yeah.
warm.
Or it might not even be room temperature. It just
Horrible.
said to make it
Just
not fridge
not
temperature.
cold. That's so strange.
Okay. Well, really put a damper on this episode already. It's been like I said, a long 2 weeks,
Mm.
and even before that, we had not talked about games we've been playing very much because we usually get lots of questions, which is
Mm.
great. Email frenzygamer at frenzyquestions@gmail.com. We love hearing from you. Keep asking them. Great questions, even if you're all wrong about pizza. And let's talk about some games that we've been playing.
Some games.
I'll kick it off with Paul.
Hello. I feel like I haven't talked about games in a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I've been playing a lot of Guild Run.
Yeah. You got me on a Guild Run.
Is this an idle game?
Nope.
It's
an
another
auto
auto
battler.
battler.
Oh, okay, but it's a phone game.
No,
No.
I'm playing it on
I
Steam
would-
Deck.
I would absolutely play it on phone though.
Oh.
It is an auto battler roguelite, technically, I guess, because there is some carryover mechanic.
There is, but I feel like that's more just about unlocking. There's not much to unlock, and then
In the demo, there's not, but but I mean, there's 2 characters,
yes,
and then on top of that, there's the boss tokens,
yeah,
which are like pretty much a roguelite. Anyway, it's basically you have a run where you start with you choose a hero, and then you fight a monster, and then you go through a portal, and you go somewhere, and you make a choice about an item or a boost or maybe a buff,
Okay.
or some
Or
money, whatever kind of thing.
there's a shop
Yeah.
after the first.
Oh yeah, there is a shop after the first. You buy new heroes and you buy items and you buy like global buffs and think of like if you've ever played Slay the Spire or any other kind of roguelike where there's like pick 3 kind of thing, except that it's a shop mechanic instead of just pick from 1 of 3 kind of thing. And then it's got kind of merge mechanics. So if the same hero comes up again, you can improve it, and when you improve it, they get a new ability, and you pick from 3.
I see.
And you slowly grow a squad from like 1 to up to 5.
Okay.
But typically about 3 to 4.
Yeah.
Well, because you balance like quantity and quality.
Yeah.
And the games. I think the strength of this game is that a run is quite quick, at least in the demo.
Yeah, I will be surprised if it gets much longer than it is. I know they say at the start of it that in the demo there's only 2 acts.
Yeah.
But I think, well, we probably talk about it in a bit, but Red Rift would be really weird with it being too long.
Well, I suspect that the Red Rift thing is specific. The current structure of it is specific to the demo. If I had to guess, well, we can talk about it, but my guess would be something like, so what we're talking about here, every time you beat a run, which is basically just getting through 2 bosses at the moment, you unlock the next difficulty up. So like the first one, it's just it's just your standard run. First time you beat it, the next run, I think your characters start off with like 10% of their health gone or something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty minor.
And then the next run, I think, is maybe 20%, and maybe you get a little less money or something like that.
Yeah.
You kind of and they keep kind of stacking up these penalties, until by the time you do a triple S run, so he goes from like D to B, C to D, D to C to A. Oh my god, how does the alphabet work? Hey guys, what's the alphabet?
7.
To be fair, I got woken up so many times last night by children. My children. I want to specify my children. Anyway, once you beat the hardest difficulty, you unlock a thing called the Red Rift, which is the hardest difficulty, except to win, it's not finishing a run; it's completing all of the objectives.
Yeah,
and
it has challenges.
What are the objectives and challenges?
So your characters can't die more than I think 10 times.
Yeah, you have 10 lives.
Which is actually surprisingly hard. There's a character, for example, that will revive other characters, and I think that counts against the penalty.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't? Oh, okay.
No, if they're alive at the end of the run, it doesn't count.
Okay. But you're doing, I think there's probably, 15, 20 battles, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's up to 15. Because there's a few that are like
optional or don't
they can
quite
be
count.
A different encounter instead of a battle.
So you also have to pass an item across your different characters, and it has to basically be on one of each group of class 3 times at the end of a battle, and for the item to go away, and the item grants a penalty to the holder. So you're basically weakening a character for 3 matches. It also forces you to have like kind of a diverse team, which is already kind of a penalty, because most of the time buffs will be like all duelists get attack speed, which is great if you've got a team of only duelists, and terrible if you've only got one duelist.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, it'll be things like you have to skip a challenge reward, which means you have to complete the challenge and then still not get the reward from it. You have to skip a campfire benefit, which means like you lose the ability to revive your team, or you lose the ability to upgrade or change a character's class. And these are, and you have to do all these things, and then you win basically.
Yeah.
And I think it's, I don't love the system. It feels punitive. It feels not very fun to skip challenge rewards. It feels not very fun to skip campfire things. Like it removes the ability to engage with the game in a way that the game wants you to engage with it.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I love this mechanic, though.
Yes, you do.
Like the having to skip a challenge room thing. There's 2 challenges you get throughout the run. One in Act 1, one in Act 2.
Yeah.
The one in Act 1 is so much easier than the one in Act 2. But some of the rewards from the first one, you won't skip anyway, because they're that good.
Oh,
you're willing to take the way harder thing in the second act.
Yeah.
The thing I like about this game is its difficulty, though.
It is tricky.
Yeah.
And like I said, the runs are quite quick.
Yeah.
So like, a full victorious run might take you 15 or 20 minutes,
Okay.
kind of thing,
Yeah.
and which is great.
Yeah.
I think that's like the perfect kind of length for this kind of game.
Yep.
If they slap on another act or two,
Yeah.
I think I'm fine with it personally. But they will have to redesign things
Yeah.
like the Red Rift
Is
mechanic,
this-
which is clearly designed around only having 2 acts.
Is this a demo?
It
Yes.
is. So
Is
it's
this
free
like-
at the moment.
Yeah, because I'm going to ask you, Paul, what drew you to it. But is this just one of the massive list of demos you've been playing?
Yeah. I popped up in the Steam demo section when I was going through, because I've been playing a lot of demos on Steam Deck.
Yep.
'cause I get to see how they perform on Steam Deck, and then
Oh,
also
yeah.
get to see random new games that are coming out.
Mm.
But it came out like a month ago.
Oh, it
and-
probably came out.
No, the demo.
Oh, the demo. Okay.
I don't know when full releases or anything. They also have a balance patch every week, which is interesting, because if there's something that you found that worked in the last week, might not this week. If you
Yeah.
they do it all based off statistics. So
Okay.
if, like, every time you upgrade a hero, you'll get a choice between like 3 different upgrades. If everyone picks one of them, that'll for sure be nerfed.
I see. Yeah.
They also have a ladder, and they have a bunch of ladders, which is great. They have basically
Yep.
every time you finish a run,
Mm.
except for in the case of the Red Rift,
Mm-hmm.
it goes into endless mode, and it's just like, how far can the squad you've built continue
Oh, cool.
from this point forward?
Yeah.
But there will be no more shops,
I
so
see.
your upgrades will be super limited.
Yep.
Yeah,
And is
you
there
do get occasionally you get to choose between a couple of different upgrade options.
There'll be like a reward events,
Yeah.
but the shop and which is where the bulk of your upgrades comes from, is
Yep.
gone.
And is there a ladder for like how far people have gotten?
Yeah,
from that?
for each difficulty.
Oh wow.
And there's like 8 difficulties or something
Whoa.
like that. So,
Okay. Wow.
I think
And
it's,
the Red Rift one is about how many consecutive wins you can get.
yes,
Mm.
the Red Rift
Because
has
it's so punishing,
Yep.
it is hard to be consistent in it. And even in all the time I've played, my highest win streak at the moment is 3,
Oh,
which I've
wow.
only reached 2 times. I
Yeah.
can fairly, this week, I wouldn't say consistently. I've gotten to 3 a few times,
Huh.
but haven't gotten past it.
Whoa.
I've only beaten the Red Rift once.
Yeah.
And it's not my favorite mode, as we've discussed.
Mm.
But I'm gonna get the game because I
Yep.
really like the core loop.
Yeah.
It's if you've ever played a game like Teamfight Tactics, or there's like a Dota Auto Chest or whatever it's
Oh.
called. They are similar in
Yeah.
the sort of way that the actual battles play out and what you're doing. But this is just kind of streamlined, and because it's single player
Mm.
as opposed to like asynchronous multiplayer or even synchronous multiplayer in the case of Teamfight Tactics,
Mm.
the matches are faster and more polished and more predictable, and you're
Mm.
fighting monsters as opposed to other players, and it just feels good. It's just a fun game.
Mm.
The character builds are interesting. The boosts are like the different perks you can get are
Mm.
interesting.
Mm.
Even a lot of the choices that you're
Yeah.
taking between battles, like they have these little events, like there's a thing where it's like you can pay 5 shards and get a thing.
Mm.
Oh no, you'll get 5 shards less on your next win, and you can get a common relic, or you can get 10 fewer shards and get a rare relic,
Yeah.
or you can get 15 fewer shards and get a whatever is after epic relic, I guess, probably.
Yeah, epic. You can't. There's legendary relics, but you can only get them from the boss shops.
Yeah. So there's like lots of cool stuff going on.
The decisions it makes you make are, I think, the thing that I like the most about it.
Yeah.
You quite often, like, sometimes you have been waiting to get this upgrade so that your hero will be stronger for the next thing, but you just lost a fight. So if you lose again, you're gonna completely lose your run.
Mm.
So then you might have to, like, maybe the upgrade pops up, but then also something else that will make you survive, and you end up but
So
you can't afford it, so you've got to sell the hero that you've been waiting for this upgrade for, and the upgrade's in the shop
Yeah.
in order to, like, survive the next one.
That is some interesting choices.
Yeah, there's lots of good choices.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm stoked for it to come out. I hope that they do something more interesting with the Red Rift mechanic, much to
Hmm.
Paul's dismay, I'm sure.
Well, I feel like they should do something else, but I would like them to keep Redrift.
Mm.
Because I don't like the endless mode
How come?
because you get really far with very, very powerful builds.
Yeah.
And every other run where you don't run into the things that are super powerful were a
Yeah.
waste of time.
So, but that is true for the Red Rift as well. Literally, the consistency comes from luck.
No, the consistency comes from knowing what to do when.
I've had runs where I just was not offered a character upgrade.
Yes.
And so there was no feasible way forward. And I, for example, I then re-rolled the shop. Like I had items. The items were fine,
Mhm.
but they were all B tier characters or C tier, whatever the lowest tier is. And I re-rolled the shop until the shop cost 8 shards to re-roll.
Mhm.
And at that point I couldn't afford to buy anything, but I was frustrated. But at no point did a duplicate character come up.
Yeah, you were probably not supposed to be waiting for any specific duplicate character.
What was I supposed to do?
Depends.
I could have, I guess, completely changed my team lineup and taken an
For
up.
Red Rift, yes, you need to quite often completely change your team.
Maybe I'm just playing
based-
bad.
There's a guy I watched a little bit of on YouTube,
Mm.
who got to 26 or something. I think is his highest Red Rift.
Okay, wow.
His win rate is wasn't that 80% ish?
That's pretty high.
And he just makes he knows what choices to make at what
Sure.
point in time.
So does that to me, okay, it's a little bit like the Hearthstone Arena had a problem when, as much as I loved playing Hearthstone's Arena mode, it had a problem where like most of your success, I mean, some of it comes from playing out your deck, but a lot of it comes from just choosing the right cards. And like you're given 3 options and one of them is going to be better 9 times out of 10. And so you're kind of just auto picking. And in fact, there eventually mods were made that would be like, this is the higher win rate card, and it would highlight it.
Wow. Yeah.
And at that point, how far you make it in Arena becomes a case of how good the cards you're offered are. And yes, you then go in and you play matches.
Yeah.
And it depends on who you play against and what their picks are and stuff like that. But it's all it's matching to some degree rarity and inbuilt card power up against rarity and inbuilt card power. And that feels a little bit like what the Red Rift feels like to me, which is that you're so resource limited, and there are so many specific requirements, and you have to turn down several important decisions that it becomes a case of going with the optimal thing and every opportunity. Like, what's the most cost effective choice?
Yeah, but that'll be different run to run depending on what you're offered, which is what I
Yes.
like.
But
are you thinking like you're making short-term decisions instead of like a long-term plan where you're like, I'm going to get this
a
and
little
then
bit, yes.
and then hopefully I get this thing, but then like it's going to be worth the wait.
It might
But
unfold into a long-term decision by like Act 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
But
But
like,
it's always just moment-to-moment decision, and in that moment, there's always a clear you feel that there's always a clear like
yes.
right decision.
Put it this way: there might be a hero that in this current balance patch is meta. It is stronger than the other ones because it just is whatever for whatever reason. Maybe there's just more opportunities for things to synergize with it. Maybe it's just got better raw stats, whatever it is. And when that hero comes up, you take it.
Yeah.
That's not like a fun gameplay mechanic. That's just you're just on autopilot.
Yeah.
This is the patch where this hero is strong. Oh, and it's on sale as well, so now I might actually have a shot.
Yeah.
So I think
I don't know. Do other like it just feels like there's a lot of other sort of roguelike sort of games that run into similar sort of
almost every game with a pick 3 mechanic like this
Yeah.
has some of that, but because of the nature of the Red Rift thing being like your characters are going to be weaker, you also have to make sure that you cover the specific character classes covered by for this item requirement. You have to move it across different character classes. which means you can't be doubling up on duelists, for example.
Yeah.
Or the challenge rewards that you have to like turn down, or the camp rewards that you have to turn out. It's removing choices that might broaden
Mm-hmm.
things a little bit for you and make them, at least in my case, and make it a bit more fun and more engaging. That said, like it's outside of the Red Rift,
Yeah.
and even I still play the Red Rift because I want to get good at it. But it's a great game.
Yeah.
Guild Run's awesome.
But
I just think Red
yeah.
Rift could be better.
There is one thing in this that is definitely like I do absolutely every run,
What
which
is it?
is skip the second campfire reward, the one right before the last boss. Because
Okay.
if you weren't going to win by that point, you weren't going to win anyway.
Yeah, it's just like at best you're getting a 10% stat boost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything else, I mean, there is for sure going to statistically be a better option of any of the three, and I do gravitate to different ones, different patches, but it's always at different points in time. Like, there's certain heroes that I would love to see in Act 1 and will just for sure skip in Act 2 if they pop up.
Can you give me an example?
I never pick up the what's a good example? There's a few that do much better with scaling.
Yes. There's
like
one that
not
when
even really that I would like never pick them up, but the chances that I pick up like Nicholas and near the very end of Act 2 are very, very low.
sure, yeah,
Because his entire thing is you feed him items to make him stronger.
Yeah.
I would never pick up that the mage Funk or something.
Oh,
The fire mage.
yeah,
is
Funke.
extremely strong in Act 1.
Yes, he is.
And falls off really, really hard in Act 2. They made him a bit better, but you need him with those very like specific set of things for him to actually be good there.
So, but that to me, that doesn't that kind of get to you a little bit, where it's just like, I know what I need to do. I need to get Funky's offered in Act 1. I'll take him. He'll carry me, and then I'll sell him later. And that's your plan for any time you see Funky.
I think the balance at the moment is good enough that that's not the case most of the time. Because like there was a patch where he was really, really strong in Act 1, and I was just grabbing him every time. But right now it's like I can grab him if I want damage and he pops up, but that'd be at the cost of like some kind, like if you have the option for something that generates shards instead, most of them are if that hero kills something. So having a mage that kills everything really quickly is not actually beneficial.
I found it frustrating when I would, for example, be offered like a few mystics at the start, and there's just nothing. It's just no way to win.
you can win with all mystics.
Not in Red, not surely not in the Red Rift.
No, I think I have.
I have tried.
You can generate a like ridiculous amount of shield, and then if you do get the relic that ends the rift.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I couldn't, maybe by the end, but in Act 1, there's not enough damage and there's not enough shielding being produced that like as soon as you hit the challenge that you have to complete or skip.
Yeah, but most of the mystics, like there's a lot of combined class mystics, like
yes,
you can do assassin.
If you don't get offered an upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, if you were going for all mystics and you didn't get any of the upgrades that gave other classes, you would fail. But then you're fishing for a thing, right?
Yeah. But that's fun. I like fishing for a fun setup.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's ultimately what I'm getting at, is you can't do any sort of, you are fully at the whims of what you were offered.
I get what you're saying. I think you will just like the endless mode more.
I do. I really like the endless mode. The endless mode is awesome. I love it.
I like the starving and trying to make the best of few options.
Yep. That's totally fair.
Yeah.
So anyway, Guild Run, awesome.
Yeah, we should probably talk about a different game.
Yeah. Blake, what have you been playing?
Oh, well, I am finally able then to talk about Crimson Desert that I've been playing. But I haven't played it for probably like over a month now.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah. I've been playing that game. So I've been playing that game for like over 80 hours now.
Yeah.
And I mentioned this just before the podcast where I'm not sure if I actually like this game after 80 hours. So this
Give it another 80.
Yeah, maybe give it another 80. Well, that's almost like
That's 2 full weeks of work, by the way.
Yeah, I
just
know,
so
right?
you know.
So when this game was like out in the in the media or whatever on
Yeah.
out in the on the YouTubes and people were talking about it, there was this thing going around where people were like, oh, it gets good after 100 hours kind of
God.
thing. But people were saying that usually that's a detriment, right? Like that's a criticism.
Yeah.
But for some reason in this, people were like, no, it starts off like pretty good, and then after 100 hours, it gets amazing. Like this was the thing, and
Yeah.
so the game is okay. The game is fine. It is enjoyable to play, but as I'm going through, it feels like I'm waiting for the game to finally fully open up, and be the full game that I can play.
Yep.
And I think the problem with I think the reason I get that vibe is because it presents itself like a giant open world, and I get a lot of Zelda vibes in
Yeah.
it because it does an excellent job of putting stuff in the distance that is interesting,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you think, oh, great, I'm gonna go off and head over to that like that weird village over there, or that tower on the mountain, or something like that. But the thing is, you if you do that, you find that there's nothing really there to engage with,
Yeah.
because you have to play through the main quests in order to unlock. And the main quest will lead you to that region,
Yep.
and then once the main quest is in that region, then all these other side quests unlock, and like you've got access to like all this stuff to do there. But until then, there's no point at all adventuring out into the world. There's nothing to stumble across.
Is there a character level for your character?
There's there I can't remember if there's character levels. There's not really character levels, but there are like it kind of this is why it reminds me of Zelda as well, because there is the level up system is more like you are gathering these ancient fragments.
Yep.
I can't remember what they're called. Ancient fragments, and then you use those to upgrade your skill tree.
Okay.
And you do those by completing these trials that are in these floating ancient civilization floating platforms in the sky. And it's very Zelda Tears of the Kingdom vibe.
Yeah.
And you go through you
In fact, there's an ultra hand mechanic, right?
Yes, there is. Yeah. It's heaps like the puzzles are very much reminiscent of Zelda, where you're like picking up something and plugging it, like picking up some giant slab of like ancient machinery and plugging it into something using your like magic hand thing, and like turning machines on and all this sort of stuff.
Yep.
You get to the end of those and you get like this fragment thing that you can then upgrade your skills and do all that sort of thing. But even that is not as enjoyable as, in my opinion, not as enjoyable as Zelda, because in Zelda, when you stumble across like a shrine, you're like, oh, this is a cool thing. This is an exciting thing. It'll take me like 15, maybe 20 minutes or something like that. You come out of it, you've got an upgrade. Great. Continue on my way in the open world. In this, you can teleport to these things anytime. And it is just a series of one after the other, and until you get to a point
it's linear,
where you're either like, I don't want to keep going. I'll come back. I'll come back later, or I'm done.
Yeah.
Or you can get to a point where I got to one where it was like, you can't proceed because you need a certain skill, and I'm like, I don't know what that skill is.
Okay.
So but there are different sort of sections of parts of these.
Yeah.
But because it's just this ongoing thing, I get burnt out on it.
Yep.
I do like 2 or 3, and you can just keep going, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to. And that feeling of like just being burnt out and then going back to the open world it just doesn't feel good. Whereas in
Mm.
Zelda, you've done your shrine and you're like, that was cool. It's like a one
The
and
shrine
done
is a
little thing.
reward for the exploration to some degree.
Yeah. The shrine is the reward. Where here you're choosing at any point to go to
Yep.
this thing and do like
Yeah.
3 or 4 or however many you want in one go.
Sure. And sometimes the shrine is also the challenge to like reaching the shrine is the thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then when you get in there, it's just a reward.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes the shrine just gives you the reward, which is great. So like, yeah, it's like it's this like combination of several
Zelda,
games in
yeah.
one. It feels like there's a real Red Dead influence as well.
Okay.
Because you're doing you have a camp that you are slowly rebuilding and you're bringing in resources for, very much like Red Dead. I can't remember the story of Red Dead, but in this you are like this scattered tribe that got defeated at the very beginning of the game,
Yep.
and your goal is to kind of find your tribesmen
reunite them.
and reunite them, and you've got this like little camp, and you're like slowly upgrading this camp, and you're doing like quests for this town and stuff like that. But then all the quests, like there a lot of the side quests, just are very singular, isolated. Like this person wants some iron, so you just go off in the wilderness, find some iron, bring it to them, job done. You know, a lot of them very MMO-y,
Yep.
kind of feeling.
Bit of a grind.
But then the main quests, they also feel self-contained as well. Like you would think that there's this huge quest. These main quests are this like huge quest line, but not like each.
They're all incremental steps.
They're all incremental steps, but not they don't necessarily feel like they're all connected together at all.
Yep.
Like in one you'll be like go
kill this guy over here.
Yeah,
Great. Now go kill this guy over here.
Yeah.
Great. Now go collect this thing.
Yeah, and they never really feel. I kept waiting for the main story to kind of happen, you know, and you're interacting with. There's a nearby town, and you're interacting with like the leadership of that town, but it never really feels like there's a storyline with it. It's just like
A series of tasks.
It's just a series of tasks that the leader will get you to do, and they don't feel connected.
Yeah, and then the town's happy, and you move on.
Yeah, and then the town's
as an
happy.
Observation. It really sounds like you don't like this game.
I think
I don't think you're that unsure about it.
I think the reason you're sticking with it is because you think like, oh, just 20 more hours and it gets good.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Just half a work week.
Because it looks like there is a good game in there, but it's just it feel like I'm waiting constantly for the game to finally unlock. And I've Googled like, when does the game open up? Basically, when does the game start? I feel like I'm waiting for the game to start.
100-hour tutorial.
Yeah, because there are all these systems that you can interact with. But you have to follow the main quest line to unlock these systems. And so I've been talking to people at work about this who have played like 100+ hours, and they were like, if I did it again, I would just do the main story, and then I would like play the game. And you're like, what is this?
What a dumb sentence. I'm sorry, but like, I would just do the central objective of the whole game, the whole reason for the game's existence, and then I would have a good time.
Yeah.
After that.
Because after that, the whole world...
So bad.
Because if the main story is good, that's kind of okay, though.
Yeah, if the main story is good. Yeah. Is the main story good? Because so far it sounds like it's just a bunch of objectives.
Honestly, there is a sort of ghost of a main story, right? Like,
a whisper
of a main story. There's the idea of a main story.
The smell of it.
Yeah. It's the LaCroix of main stories, because it starts off strong. Like you start off in this with this prologue, and you've got all your tribes, your like clansmen, and you've been you're fleeing from some other clan.
Yeah.
And this other clan catches up to you. There's a big fight. A bunch of people die. You end up in a river, and then you wake up, and the game kind of starts. And
classic waking up by a river.
Waking up by a river.
Who's done that before, huh?
The game kind of starts, and you're introduced to this town and all this sort of stuff. But then you are just doing odd jobs around the place, and every once in a while you get a quest that's like, oh, we've heard that there's some clansmen in this area. Okay, you go over there, you get them, and then they're just like part of your thing, and then the next step in the main quest would be something completely different, like, oh, this farmer over here has something, and you're just like, how is nothing? The main quests don't feel connected in any
I don't think the
meaningful
main
way.
quests are a main quest.
They just, to me, they sound like
Required side quests.
I see. You know
Filler,
what?
yeah.
I've just had a thought right now. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of old television TV shows that are every episode is a singular
yeah.
thing, except
Self-contained.
every once in a while you get a two-parter, and
Mm.
it feels like that. Like you'll be going along and you've been doing these singular things, and then there's a two-parter here where these quests are like connected, and then you move into the next like chapter, which is like the next season of
I have
the show.
I have a funny story to tell about this. Have you seen the show Ghosts?
I know of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a British version and an American
Yeah,
version.
yeah. There's an Aussie version as well.
Oh yeah, actually,
Yeah.
they franchised it out to a bunch of different countries now that I think about it. But I've seen the American version, and I like it. It's got some great performances, lots of funny moments. One of my main complaints about that show is that they would have basically these isolated episodes and then occasionally a connected episode.
Yeah.
And it would be like, here's the storyline that we dropped 5 episodes ago. We're picking it up again.
Yeah.
And it was so bad for this that my wife and I started, I think, whatever the most recent season is. I think it was like season 4. And we're watching it. We just finished season 3. We jumped into season 4 and we're watching it. And we were 20 minutes into the 27-minute episode or whatever before we realized, whoops, we got to we jumped to episode 17 of season 4.
Oh, you didn't even know.
We didn't know because it was like all these crazy things had happened at the start of the episode. It was like, oh, this is the setup for the season. But no, actually, it was just callbacks from things throughout the season. but the callbacks weren't so great.
Yeah.
That like the show is so slow moving with the like actual like storyline tales that 17 episodes in, we could still kind of follow it.
Wow.
And so at one point we went, well, yeah, we don't know any of these characters. We need to see what's going on. And then we realized, we skipped 16 episodes by accident.
Whoa.
Anyway, that's a pretty good show, but it has that issue.
Yeah, it definitely has that. It's funny. I've just come into that idea, and that is exactly how it is. Where it's just it's like isolated. The main quests are isolated episodes, and then every once in a while you'll get a main sort of storyline quest that will then.
This fully sounds to me like part of its. I mean, it started its life as an MMO.
It
right?
did, yeah.
So if you've ever played an MMO, it's pretty typical that you have a hub area, like a town, Durotar, that kind of thing. You go, you go into the town. There's a bunch of quests, and you do enough of the quests, and one of those quest chains will breadcrumb you to the Barrens, right? And kind of it's not. At least in World of Warcraft, there was sort of a thread that slowly grows, becoming sort of a little bit more important than just some schlub. But there's, you're here, go get some linen, go fight this monster, do the thing, and then go on to the next area. This classic MMO structure, right?
Yeah, it is a very classic MMO structure because those regions won't unlock until you have the breadcrumb mission to get there.
But that's not true in World of Warcraft. In most MMOs,
you can go to places, and there are.
They'll just have quests with level requirements.
Yes, level requirements, which is why I asked if you had a player level.
I don't think you have a player level.
So
I literally don't. I literally don't remember. I don't think you do. I think it's all just like the stats that you, because you're putting stats in very much like Zelda. You can put stats in health and stamina and like magic.
Okay.
And that's kind of your
there's
thing.
no magic. You don't put magic in Zelda.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, Blake.
Yeah, sure.
You can play the game.
Oh, so it's totally different to Zelda.
It's only 2 stats in Zelda. Way better game.
Yeah.
But it sounds to me like those maybe either the main quest is designed to push you into areas of interest. That's my hope.
It does. Like there are. So here's an example, right? Where from the beginning of the game there is this huge tower in the mountains, and you can see it from almost everywhere in the sort of starting area.
Sure.
And it's got a really cool vibe of as quests are sending you further out from the main town, this tower is getting closer. Because
it's moving towards you.
Yeah, it's moving towards you.
That's crazy.
And I mean, also this game is fantastic art. Like it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
You have this really nice like distances You have this really nice feel of scale,
Yep.
and that, and then eventually your quest will lead you to the tower.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of stuff that happens there, and like I guess that is the perfect way that the intended uh game play that this
Yep.
this is supposed to be set up, where you see something, but don't go there yet. Wait for the
Yeah.
quest to send you there.
Yeah.
And so like I didn't kind of realize this for a long time. I was treating it like Zelda, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a pause from the game and
Go
just
check out the tower. And then you
explore
go over
around.
there as a bunch of NPCs standing there and not
Yeah,
talking to
well,
you.
I did not the tower,
Yeah.
but I just went around the mountains in the tower, and I saw like some crazy town that was like fortified off in the distance. I was like, wow, what's that? I'm going to go over there. I went over there. I rode all around. There was no one to talk to except for
Yeah.
a couple of vendors, and then I was like, what is this? Why is there nothing around? And that's when I started Googling,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh no,
You'll get
the
there
main
eventually.
quest will lead you
Yeah.
to there, and then it sort of opens up and that, and I was like, okay, so it's like it's at odds with how the world is presented to you.
Yeah.
There's
I think
such easy ways to make that not so jarring. as
yeah.
well. Anything like the level requirements,
Mm.
making it so you can't physically get there for some reason.
Yeah, I know,
They don't
right?
let you in. Like
Yeah,
Yep.
anything.
big wall and a gate. And
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah,
get in.
if it's a
Get out of here.
fortified town, I was
Yeah.
just thinking that to myself.
Perfect, yeah.
You could sell that from a lore perspective. It's a fortified town.
Yeah.
They don't want you coming in. You're an outsider
Yeah,
Yeah.
until you get
Yeah.
your papers or whatever from
Yeah.
the previous quest.
but
But,
it was such great. Sorry to cut you off,
fine.
but it was such great environment storytelling leading up to it as
Yeah.
well. Because I was coming down from the mountains, so I got a really great view of this thing, and I realized this fortified town is specifically fortified in one direction, and it was toward across a river, and there were these like larger sort of towers across this river, and realizing that you get just in the environment alone, you get a sense of like, okay, this town is at war
yeah,
with
there's
something,
a threat in that
with
direction.
something over there. And I eventually made my way over there and found these guys who were really, really strong, that would just attack me on sight. So I was like, okay, I can't really like
Yeah.
go much further there. But there's nothing else to interact with there
No.
at all.
Interesting.
And
That's another good way to stop people going places you don't want.
yeah, you just have really
Yeah.
tough
If you
guys,
actually
yeah.
stop them getting there by having enemies strong
Yeah.
enough
And
that you
anybody
can't.
remember Taran Mill and
Yes.
in
Yeah.
Western
Oh, yeah.
Plaguelands?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's the thing in World of Warcraft. You would adventure out and then find
You'd be talking to the
guys that
Argent
are
Dawn,
way
and then a
too
level
strong.
50 bear would come and eat your face.
Yeah,
At
and
level 10.
Yeah, and then you'd find. I did it all the time in WoW. Go out to like regions that were like way too strong for me and try to explore around.
Yeah.
But I think because I don't know. I think I just had a different mindset with this game because it presents itself so much like an open world that we've
In a
played.
single player game, right?
Yeah, in a single player game. Like in an MMO, it's kind of like, yeah, I know what to expect.
Yeah.
But I don't know, not even a quest or not even any interaction with anyone saying somehow don't come here or whatever is
Yeah. We were also talking a little bit before about the podcast. About the sort of the mishmash of mechanics and features and systems.
yeah, there's a lot going on there, and like I said, I'm 80 hours in, and I know I've not unlocked everything there is.
Yeah.
There's stuff like there's like a caravan cart trading, like trade goods, trade
Yeah.
routes, whole system that I can interact with the NPCs and like bring up like the UI for this
Yeah.
like thing, but I can't do anything.
which is odd. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, you want to start a caravan? Yeah. Too bad.
Nope. and again, I've had to look up like how do I
Cool. Keep moving.
And you can also like in your town, in your camp, there's like an inventory guy there who he's your sort of shop where you can sell stuff to,
Yep.
or you can donate money to, or you can just give goods to the town. So because they need food and they need resources. There's this whole like other. I'll get to that in a second. But in that you can give him trade goods that are
Yep.
like trade goods that get boxed up for being sent on a cart for trade.
Sure.
You can do that right from the start, but
Yeah.
you can't do anything with them until
Here's a bunch of lumber. Thank you.
Yeah,
You gonna ship it off? No.
no, well, you've not unlocked
Put it
that
in these
yet.
boxes.
Yeah. And so I was
Maybe
just like,
eventually.
what do I do with this stuff? And I was looking online, and I'm like, what do I do with this stuff? It's like, oh, you need to set up a trade caravan, and you go to one of these like goblin trade guys, and you set up a caravan. I was like, okay, cool. I went over there, couldn't do anything. Look, Googled some more, and it's like, oh, you don't get that until like chapter whatever. That's like 2 chapters away from where I'm
Yeah.
at. And a chapter is basically, like an act.
Hey,
Like
Blake.
an act.
This doesn't sound very fun. This doesn't sound like a fun game.
And so here's the thing about the camp that I wanted to say.
Yeah.
You can, the guys that you find, your clansmen that you find, you can then send them out on missions.
Yeah.
And so there's this whole like mission board of sending them off to do
another mechanic. Yeah.
yeah, another mechanic to do certain jobs, and some of the quests are related to those. Like I had one that was like some guy wanted to build a statue.
Yeah.
And I had to do that by this job board by sending these guys out over
Yeah.
there, and they needed to have certain stats and all this sort of stuff. But then it's like I don't know, like I don't know how to recruit more guys. I think that too is all just quest related.
Probably gated by the main
Yeah,
quest.
it's all just quest. Everything's just all quest related.
Yeah.
So
basically,
you can't just go, man, I need to go find some guys. I might just encounter some in the wilderness. No, it's all just quest. You'll get a quest that says, oh, I hear there's a room of guys over there, and you go over there and you get them.
It sounds like this is an awesome open world game if you play it linearly.
Exactly.
Like as long as you follow the exact instructions that all the NPCs are giving you, and you don't do anything else.
Yes.
Eventually, it might become a cool open world.
Exactly. That's the thing. And
so that doesn't sound like a very good open world game.
No, it's not. I mean, what do you call an open world? That the open world is the background, and not the actual like. Game.
Yeah, it's
Right?
kind of it's set dressing, really.
Yeah.
I mean, and at some point it maybe that changes.
Well, exactly.
It sounds like
I'm
it's
waiting for that point.
long time.
When is that point? I think that's when the main story's finished. Suddenly
That's
you
crazy.
can go.
It's crazy that you finish the game
before you can play. Finally, you can play the game.
Yeah,
yeah. Because there's like I was saying when I was exploring. So I was exploring up in the mountains. I found some cool runes and stuff. Nothing related. I don't know what that does. Like, I don't even know if there's going to be a quest to go up there, but like I couldn't like it was set dressing. It was just set dressing, and you're just like nothing about this. I don't know what this is. Also like another kind of thing that bums me out is that the only
but you're not sure if you like it or not.
Nah, I think I'm pretty sure I don't like this game now. I've discovered that while talking about it.
This is Blake's therapy session.
Yeah. Is that like so the only rewards you ever really get are these artifact shards that upgrade your character.
Yeah.
You never really get upgraded gear. You never really get a cool sword. It's always just you. If you do out in the world, there are some puzzles, and occasionally you can do one. You'll always get this upgrade artifact thing. You won't get like an interesting armor thing for it.
Right.
Like I have not changed my weapon or armor in I don't know, probably like the last 70 hours.
Jeez.
Like I've upgraded them from the blacksmith, and then that's it. I've been fine with what I've got, and you don't find anything better ever.
So I mean, to some degree, Zelda has this problem a little bit. Like Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom, the things you're getting from doing your shrines only upgrade your health and stamina. But you do also get like armor sets.
Yeah.
And they have like interesting abilities, and some of those abilities are kind of central to progression.
And I think too, because in Zelda, you're cycling through weapons a lot. You can you can be given a cool weapon, and you're like, "Whoa, this is cool."
Yeah.
In Crimson Desert, I think I did one sort of puzzle thing where there was a statue, and I think you could change its arms movement or something, and it unlocked a hidden compartment, and there was a chest in there, just a real simple thing. And there was like a sword in there. And I was like, oh, wow, what's this sword? And then later on, I just find that you can buy a sword exactly the same. And I was just like, what? I thought this was like, oh man, this is like some rare
an
sword.
ancient legendary sword. It says Iron Sword.
Yeah, it was something like I can't remember what it was, like Legionnaire's sword or something like that.
Right,
And I was like,
right,
"Well, what is
right.
this?" And then I swear I saw one for sale in like
Mm.
a shop somewhere, and was like, "What?"
That's okay if you can't get it from a shop until like 20 hours later.
Yeah,
You
I
get the
suppose so. Yeah,
benefit of
I mean,
having this
maybe that
thing that you
was
got early.
Or if
was
it's
the
just
case.
expensive,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean that
true.
might have been the case.
or if it breaks. That's
Mm,
the other, like if it's a limited resource
mm.
kind of
Uh,
thing. Yeah,
Um,
I know you're not a fan.
but what it does do is it has fantastic vistas and it does scale really well, and it's a really nice looking world to
It's a walking
to walk
simulator.
through. Yeah, yeah.
Good.
It is very pretty to walk through, but basically the whole time I was playing it, because it does so many, it takes so many ideas from other games. It just made me think of those better games.
Yeah. Yeah, it does seem to just kind of throw everything in the pot and
Yeah,
see what sticks.
yeah.
Um, we're pretty much out of time, but I do want to just quickly mention I've played Clair Obscure
Oh, yep.
Expedition 33. Fantastic game. Totally get why it won so
Mm,
many Game of the Year awards, etc. I was just talking to Paul before the podcast about it. He has also beaten it and he has no recollection of it. So very different experiences.
I didn't like it as much as you did. I thought it was a good game, but I didn't.
It's not a perfect game. Look, I think in fact some of the gameplay elements are flawed,
Mm,
and navigating the overworld is not very pleasant. In
yep.
fact, even navigating a lot of the zones is not very pleasant. There's a lot of invisible walls and a lot of weird
mm,
terrain. Um, but like the turn-based combat is some of the best I've seen. Which is I'm not like a turn-based fan, so
mm,
the fact that I was like I played through the whole game and I didn't really get tired of the systems
mm.
is a big benefit for me.
Yeah,
Like a lot of turn-based games, you become kind of grindy, and
yeah.
you can and Paul and I found this. We both kind of gravitated towards the same build, and it can get through most fights. But there are lots and lots and lots. Excuse me, lots and lots and lots of boss fights and optional fights and things that will force you to rethink your build.
Mm,
If you're just talking
mm,
about the chaff,
mm,
like getting through a zone and just clearing out the monsters to get from point A to point B, you could probably find a bunch of different kinds of builds that'll do that. But then if you were trying to beat these specific super hard bosses, you have to put a lot more thought
mm.
into the setups, and I think that's cool. Um, Not that I necessarily did a lot of that, but it's there.
Yeah. How often are you swapping characters in and out of your party?
Almost never for me. I
Yeah.
did a little bit here and there, because there's a character you get later. I don't Blake, you've played a little bit of it.
I played a little bit. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the character,
Yeah.
but there are advantages to having this character in your party for
Yep.
battles
Mm,
that I wouldn't have otherwise put this character in the party. I think the story was awesome. The
mm,
themes are fantastic.
mhm,
Brilliant writing. Um, and brilliant performances as well. Like the motion capture was fantastic. The voice acting is fantastic. So like A plus execution on the story front.
mm.
Visuals, like for an indie studio, a small team, beautiful looking
Mhm.
game,
Mm,
just beautiful, and so creative. Some of those
Oh, yep.
some of the monster designs, some of the area designs are just so inventive.
Mm,
It shows a level of creativity that is lacking in a lot of games nowadays, and that was really
yeah, I'd
exciting.
agree with that.
And the narrative twists and turns, I did not see them coming,
mm,
and I really enjoyed them.
mm.
I've seen people who did not enjoy them as much, and that's totally fair. But I really enjoyed them. Um, eh, yeah, I just thought
It's a great game.
super good game.
Yeah.
Um, like it's good enough that you overlook a lot of flaws. So there are things like in the overworld, there's lots of areas you can go to, it's like kind of straight away that are too hard
Mm,
or um, seemingly have no point. Like that, like you'll find a little area and the only thing in there is like a static kind of background and like a record that you can pick up.
mm.
It's not like super engaging
Mm.
exploration. In fact, exploration is kind of a weak point in the game in
Yeah.
general.
Mm.
There is exploration,
Yeah.
and some of the things are actually kind of tricky to. There's like you get an optional ability quite late in the game that when you go back to like one of the earliest zones in the game, there's a whole subsection that
Oh,
you
wow.
get to explore.
That's cool.
But that's the exception more than the rule.
Mm.
Broadly, I would say Clair Obscure Expedition 33 is best played for its creative
Mm.
stuff,
What,
like the story, the
yeah.
visuals, the performances, less so the systems.
What difficulty did you play it on?
The normal one,
Okay.
so not story mode and not the ultra hard one.
Yeah.
And parrying, we've talked about this
I
previously.
really cannot, because that is the thing that frustrated me the most with that game. I can never seem to parry, and I can barely ever seem to dodge.
It's tricky.
It stresses me out too much.
I actually I got
Can't
pretty
do it.
good at it, but there are fights where the bosses do real weird stuff.
Yeah.
And because it's a boss fight, you have no ability to like know in advance that it's going to do like it's going to have weird timings.
Yeah,
and then your
yeah.
characters die, and that can be a bit frustrating.
You can just retry every fight though.
Yeah, of
So
course.
I
Yeah, of
found
course.
myself sort of like failing a few times until I
Yes.
figured out all the parries, and then you just do all the parries, and you if you get the parry timing right, you effectively take like no damage, and
Not only do you take no damage,
get
you
all the
deal
Yeah, you
a bunch
deal
of
a
extra
load of
damage,
damage,
and
yeah.
you get a bunch of resources. And if depending on your build, you might heal, or you might do a bunch of bonus damage further than that.
Did we talk about this before? Where I ended up downloading a mod for the parry
We
and
we
dodge.
didn't talk about it on the podcast, but we did talk about it at lunch.
Yeah.
Yes, you made it even easier.
I made
I
it
think
even
we
easier.
did ages ago
Oh, maybe we did.
when
Did I?
Blake was first playing it.
Oh,
I swear I remember you telling me you downloaded a mod for parrying.
yeah.
I don't think, but I feel like you've done that multiple times. This might not be the first game.
I don't. Oh, I almost always download a mod for something. But yeah, I think we might have mentioned it, and then we never actually properly talked about it after on the next episode.
It's a game that I'm excited to talk about it with you, but I know that you want to play more of it, and so it's hard because there's so many spoilers. But man, I'm stoked. That studio deserves all the success they got, and I'm so excited to see. Like, I know they're working on something new. Totally excited to see. It's just so creative.
It draws you in right from the start to me. Like,
great premise, wonderful premise.
I really liked how there was no kind of setup where it's like, in this world, this is what happened. Blah blah blah. There's no like.
You just experience it.
It's just revealed to you as the story goes along, and you're like,
it just unfolds.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, it's very well executed. All of the narrative and world building stuff is so well executed, and
it's also got such a sad vibe right from the start that I really do like a lot.
Yes,
like this heavy
I think
feeling of like.
It's safe to say without
really
spoiling anything that game the main central theme of that game is grief.
Yeah,
and it covers it so well. Great game. Yep. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Anything else, guys? Or should we wrap it up?
We could wrap it up.
All right. Well,
any hints of what we'll talk about in the next 2 weeks?
I mean, I've been playing little games here and there. I played Berry Berry Berry. I played is it called Bills Must Be Paid, where you smash piggies?
Oh.
I played Hypnospace Outlaw a little bit.
Oh yeah, you showed a bit of that. That looks very interesting.
I want to play some more of that, and then I can talk about it.
A demo from the guy that made Nidhogg.
Oh,
that was really cool.
Okay.
It's like a Vampire Survivors platformer, which is really interesting. Because all of a sudden falling is you fall into the hordes of monsters, and it's a bad time.
Yeah, interesting. Well, we'll have to talk about some of these things in exactly 2 weeks, as always. You can email frontseatquestions@gmail.com. Send us your questions. We love hearing from you. Love answering your questions. Subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, etc., etc. Follow us on Facebook, Threads, Twitter, /X, whatever you want to call it. The Nazi platform, I think, is probably
Nazi book.
Nazi book.
Yeah.
I think X is
no.
They're all at this point. Almost all social media is Nazi platforms. What am I talking about?
I don't know. I've not really kept up with the state of X. So I don't know.
I don't really social media.
No.
No, I mean I follow subreddits that have videos of cats.
Yeah,
Yep, fair. Um,
that's pretty great.
yeah,
That's good.
I like the Ken M subreddit. If you ever check that out,
I
check out Ken M.
I'm mostly just an Instagram person, but like I was getting a lot of Instagram of AI cats doing funny things,
Oh, no.
Those are cursed.
like waking up,
Yeah.
man.
waking up their
flipping
owner,
burgers.
flipping burgers, and like or
All
like
right.
shooting machine guns at the front door, and the owner comes up being like, "What are you doing? Give me that! Do you know what
Okay.
time of night it is?"
Enough. No more AI slop. We'll be back in a couple weeks. Bye.
What?
We should probably also give it a listen and
Oh yeah.
actually kick off because we're doing real talk right now.
Yeah.
By the way, I played Berry.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I did. It was also kind of annoying. I beat it.
Yeah.
It's quite grindy in a way that like there's too much input for the kind of incremental game I want. Like
Yeah.
even when you've got everything fully optimized and upgraded, there's still a lot of you doing things.
It's all quite fast though, because I played it over the course of like 2 weekends, I think.
I did all the endings in I think 6 hours of gameplay, something like that.
Yeah.
So it is quick. It's short.
Yeah.
But like the first moments, like picking up coins sucks. It feels unresponsive and
What
like
game is this?
Berry.
Oh,
Like it's
okay.
just a bit unpolished in
Yeah.
a way that I feel like if he had spent a bit more time making the like interactions feel a bit tighter, it would have been a lot. It would have been worth it.
Was that the one with the hole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so, for example, you get a fruit vacuum, and the fruit vacuum fights itself to suck up fruit.
Fights itself.
Well, like okay, so if you're walking towards the fruit, it'll pull the fruit up, and then like it'll be underneath the vacuum until you stop moving, and then it goes in.
Yeah.
Or
it's like
if
the physics it's like, oh, I put physics on it that will draw it towards, but it's not kind of
yeah.
It's not.
Or if there's a
crafted
bunch of
enough to
fruit, they'll kind of get a little bit jammed,
Yep,
and
yep.
they'll go.
It's physicsy to its detriment.
Yeah, and
I don't remember this happening at all.
well, I do.